There are some game franchises that have gone extinct for a while that I'm sure many of us would like to see return. That's why I decided to make this video and talk about the games that I would like to see make a return. So starting off, we have the Infamous series. This franchise has been dormant since 2014, which is a bit of a shame. The power fantasy you had from using Delsin and Cole was something else. They felt good to use, which really helped in making the combat system feel so enjoyable. Traversal was also quite unique as the different powers reacted differently to the environment, which made all of them interesting to experiment with when you were getting around the map. I think there definitely is a chance that this franchise might return one day, but I think we might only see it in the PlayStation 6 generation if I'm being honest. This is because they are fully focused on Ghost of Tsushima right now, and if they are planning to do a trilogy for that series, then I'm quite sure that Infamous will take a backseat for quite a while due to how popular Ghost of Tsushima was. But I still have hope for this one, and if it returns one day, I hope they improve the story and karma system in the next game, cause those were the aspects in Second Son that were not as good as what they used to be in the first two games. So yeah, I hope we see this franchise make a return in the future. Next up, we have the Cybertron games, which were some of the best Transformer games ever made. The combat was enjoyable and challenging, which was supplemented with a well-executed story. The amount of diversity you had in the characters you could choose were quite substantial, which gave those games a ton of replay value. The multiplayer was also quite fun, and it reminded me of the good old days when PlayStation Network was free. It's kind of a shame that it's difficult to access these games now with all the licensing problems. Hopefully Microsoft can sort this out and possibly remaster these games, or maybe even create more games in this universe. Next up, we have the Jak and Daxter series, which were very decent platformers. I think a lot of us are kind of sick of seeing Last of Us over and over again, so that's why it would be nice for Naughty Dog to return to one of their most beloved IP that has been ignored for quite a while. I'm not holding out much hope for this one because the last time Sony released a platformer was Ratchet & Clank, and it did not really do that well. But the reason I think Ratchet & Clank didn't do too well is because it was a PS5 exclusive during a time when it was so difficult to get a hold of a PlayStation 5. Still, I don't think Sony would like to risk it now cause they are all in on their live service strategy, especially with Helldivers being such a massive success, and they would also rather focus on their other cinematic focus games. The next game I'm about to mention is a weird case because I have no idea why Sony has done nothing with this exclusive since 2015, especially since it's so popular. I'm sure most of you can guess what it is, and it's obviously Bloodborne. It's one of FromSoft's best games, and it's still stuck on the PS4 with 30 frames. Even something as simple as porting it to PC and unlocking the frame rate would do wonders for Sony's profit margin, so I don't get it. Sony is also in their remastering era right now, so this is right up their alley. At least FromSoft has acknowledged how much fans want more Bloodborne, so it's not all doom and gloom. But I really can't believe that it's been 9 years with nothing really being done with this amazing IP. Next game that I like to see is another one from Sucker Punch, and that is Sly Cooper, a really fun platformer that is not really Sony's style anymore. I don't think Sucker Punch is going to return to this anytime soon as they are busy with Ghost of Tsushima and will probably return to Infamous first, but I could always be proven wrong. Another studio could always do this as the last Sly game that was developed was done by Sanzaru Games. I think the game industry needs more unique platformers like this, and I hope we return to the world of Sly Cooper one day, especially since the series ended on a cliffhanger, so it's always possible to revisit it. Anyways, those are the games I hope to see again. Keep in mind that this is just my opinion according to my taste, so if you have any game that you would like to see make a return, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, this has been 2367 Ruben, signing out.